Hello there folks, my name is Chucky Irish and I'm coming to you again for another episode of Talking Shite TV! Alright, it's not that funny. So what do I want to talk about today? What I would like to talk about today is something I watched on television last night that confused me a little bit. The programme was called The Girl Who Became Three Boys and it was on 4/7, which is, you know, Channel 4's program, Channel 4's channel where they show programs from the past week. So obviously it was on during the week sometime, or last week, I don't know when it was on, but it was on last night and I watched it. And I was extremely confused whilst watching it, and I don't usually get confused when watching programs or films, and you know, it takes a lot to confuse me most of the time. But I was confused. I mean, it was done as if it was like a really now I don't. Right, I'll just explain it. Right, if you haven't seen the show, I suggest you see it. If you don't know anything about what happened, I suggest you look it up. You know, Google it or YouTube, search on YouTube, The Girl Who Became Three Boys. It was in the news, I think it was March this year. But it was done as if it was like one of the most heinous crimes ever. You know, if you've ever watched documentaries on murderers or, you know, rapists or, you know, obviously, you know, things that have been in the news that have shocked people, they usually make a documentary on it, and, you know, but this one, as I got more and more into the documentary, I got more and more confused, and my theories started to run as to whether this was a joke or not, because the story is absolutely ridiculous, and the two girls involved are either retards or there's something different wrong with them, because how in God's name did they not know that they were friends with this girl who dressed up as three lads? They were friends with this girl for like 2 years, two and a half years or something. You know, she used to drive them around. They spent a lot of time together. Now, when you put on yes, the two girls involved, one of them wanted to keep her face, you know, hidden, and I don't blame her, because she obviously knows that this story is ridiculous. The other one was this. She was wound up. It was like she had a key in the back and you could just wind her up, and she was well, like any other teenage girl, I suppose. Well, a lot of teenage girls. But she was, and I couldn't understand half of what she was saying, but the gist of it is, her friend, right, I'm trying. I've done this video once before already today, and it didn't record, and I'm glad it didn't, because I was just sitting in front of the camera like this, baffled. But what happened was, these two girls were 15 or 16, and this older girl who is in prison now for doing this was 18. She's 2 years older than him. She had a car, so these two younger girls became friends with her, and they used to drive around everywhere, blah blah blah. Now, this girl who's 18 decided that she wanted, I don't know if she was a lesbian or whatever, but she decided she wanted to dress up like a boy and go out with one of the girls. Now, you know, fair enough. If she was a lesbian and she was afraid to come out and say it, that would be a way around it. But then she made up another lad to go out with the other girl. Now the theory was that she was in love with the first girl as a lesbian, but she didn't actually like the second girl. The second girl is the one who gave the interview. She showed her face and she was, you know, wound up. The first girl who they reckon she loved, was in love with, stayed hidden, and I don't blame her, because I stayed hidden as well. It's completely ridiculous. But anyway, so she dressed up. She's two lads at once, and she's going out with these two girls, and I don't understand how they didn't spot what was going on. I mean, as I was watching the program, I was putting putting. I was writing on my Facebook, and I'll try and edit them in now. I should be able to edit, Flash or Jesus Christ, I can't even think. I should be able to edit in screen captures of my status from last night. Just to, yeah, there's one. Yeah, I only did one, so I'll do a screen capture of that. But yeah, I mean, I was just baffled as I was watching. I was just completely and utterly baffled. I don't understand how they didn't. I mean, they were friends with this girl for 2 years, right? She dressed up. Yes, they said she wore a hat down to here, right? So the hat's covering her eyes or whatever. Even if the hat was down to her feckin' nose, you still recognise her mouth, because apparently she had braces in, and she had a very distinctive mouth. It's like Batman. When whoever they get to play Batman always has a distinctive mouth, and to do that so that he can be recognised when he has his mask on, which goes across his eyes and all the way across here, right? Now, this girl had a very distinctive mouth. As they even said on the programme, she had extremely straight teeth, she had a nice smile, she had a distinctive mouth, and yet she managed to disguise herself as 3 lads. To be honest with you, I've come to a decision. I think it's a joke. It's I don't know what Channel 4 they even put it in the paper. It was in the paper. I think it's a joke, and I think it's all going to come out at some stage. It was a joke, because they said last night in the video in the documentary that this girl was sent away for 2.5 years. For what? I think she was sent away for fraud and 2 counts of rape or something. But I don't understand. How is it rape? One of the girls says that she tried to push him. I don't believe that at all. Young girls, they're 16. I mean, all young girls do these days is try and get pregnant. Not saying all young girls, but a lot of young girls want to get pregnant these days. And I don't believe that this girl pushed her away. I don't believe it at all. She was done for fraud. I think the cops found her impersonating one of the lads. But yeah, I think this whole case is completely ridiculous. I don't know how the hell these 2 girls didn't know what the fuck was going on, and I don't buy any of it. So if anybody watches this, give me your opinion on it. Down in the comments, send me an email, whatever. Just tell me what you think, and obviously, if you don't agree with me, tell me you don't agree with me. And if I get a chance, I'll respond to you. But I think this story is completely ridiculous, and I think it's a lie. I think it's a joke, and I think it's all going to come out soon. But anyway, thanks for watching or not watching, or thanks for commenting or responding or whatever. And I'll talk to you again soon, folks. Bye.